Hey guys, it's Spider Pig, and today we're going to be flying a VR mission, but it's going to be a little bit special. So, a while back, I belong to the Facebook the group Digital Combat Simulations, and a person there, let's see if I can get their name, by the name of Jay, posted how he was able to use his GPU 55 helmet and mask to work with DCS by using like a sound card, basically a USB device, to plug in the audio from the mask in order to get the headset and the microphone to work. Thinking this is really cool to get a GPU 55 actual military helmet working in DCS would be awesome. So I went on eBay and I looked at different helmets, and I totally forgot about the whole eBay thing where you have to kind of be very careful about it and avoid snipers and all that stuff. So a couple weeks later, I finally got this bag right here. Now, in the bag, there's a couple things I want to show you, including the helmet. And I want to tell you a couple of things. So my intent was to do the same thing as Jay did, was to get the helmet and the mask working. So let me take out the helmet here and I'll show you. So this is the helmet, and I have the mask right now plugged to it, so I can actually hook it up a lot easier. Apparently, I think this was used on a helicopter because it has the side microphone as well, which is actually one of the reasons why I decided to get it, because I'm going to mount the track IR into here. That's my original intent. Put the track IR on here and use the speakers that came with it for to use the speaker and the mic that basically gets plugged into this. And I actually had a whole elaborate system I'm going to use for the oxygen as well. What Jay recommended was to use a voltmeter to test the resistance of this plug using the pinout and verify that everything's actually working. I was able to verify that the microphone was working, but not the speakers. Upon further investigations, I went in and actually, I don't know if you can see here, where the actual speaker systems are supposed to be, I actually took them out. They look like this. The cables were actually cut, and there wasn't actually any cables going to the speakers. Now the speakers, the wire that goes from the mask to the speakers actually was cut as well, so I knew I needed to replace that. He also, by the way, gave me a nice little bag, a helmet bag, and he gave me gloves, which I don't know if they are flameproof or not, but I don't really want to test that either. So anyways, I was talking with Jay. We're talking about different ways of getting this thing to work, and I ordered a new cable for the headset in order to get the headset to work. But one thing that Jay mentioned was he wants to get this to work with the Oculus Rift, and I'm thinking, I don't think the Oculus Rift is going to fit in here very well. And I was thinking about this last night. I just got this yesterday, and I was thinking about it last night, and I ended up doing a 3-hour flight with my squad, and I was just kind of like, I was about to go to bed. I'm like, you know what, let me just test it out. So I found out that with the Oculus Rift on, if you take out the earpiece parts, which I already did because I have to replace them anyway, you can actually get the Oculus Rift to work with this thing inside with it on. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to fly with this thing on. Now initially I'm going to keep the mask kind of unhinged because I don't know if you'll be able to hear me with the mask in, but once I take off, we'll try it out and see. Obviously with the Oculus Rift I won't be able to use the visor, so I'm going to take the visor off actually. If I can, seems like maybe I can't take it off. There you go. Alright, so the visor's off. It is very hot in here today, so I have the fan on me, so if you hear the fan going the whole time, it's probably because of that. I'm going to try to wear the gloves as well. We'll see how this all works out. Gloves fit very nicely. Again, I'm assuming they're actual Nomex gloves, whatever they're called, that are flame proof, but I don't want to test that because I like these gloves. Alright. Now, the issues we're going to have normally, as usual, with I don't have access to my keyboard, so I don't know if I'll be able to do mid refueling, but we'll give it a shot. We're going to take off the deck, basically go drop some bombs, and take it from there. So hold on, let me just configure this, and alright, so let me recenter myself in the Oculus Rift here. There we go. I'm a little bit off. There we go. Alright. Let me unpause it. And now let me try to get the helmet on. The helmet goes. Okay. I lost one of the try this again. I want to make sure my headphones stay on exactly where I need to be. Yep. I was able to do this yesterday, and again, this is going to be the fun part of trying this on, because, you know, I'm not used to the helmet yet either. There we go, even better. Okay, so I'm going to keep the mask off. I can barely hear myself. Let me. Well, now I can't even get my body. All right, let's go ahead and take off here, and make sure my mouse is still good. Actually, before I do that, let me set my programs for my bombs. Let's see, nose, fuse at instant. Because these are delays, I'm going to have to do retarded. And then, where's the UFC? UFC, quantity, set that to 2. Interval, set that to 100. Alright, and do I have another bomb that I just totally forgot about? Apparently I have one different bomb. See if I can look at my external view here for a sec. Yeah, they're all snake eyes. I don't know what the difference is, but we'll make sure that they're all the same here. For controller, quantity is 2, interval is 100. Crap, totally forgot all that. Totally forgot about my sensors. It's not anywhere near me. So let me put the sensor there. That should be a little better now. So overall tracking, I can see it tracks everything okay. So I'm not having any issues with that. Alright, let's go flying. And once I take off, I'll put the mask on. We'll see if we can actually hear me with the mask on. We'll do some testing with that. Alright, here we go. Woo! Hands off, hands off, hands off. Alright, gears up, flaps up. And let's turn to waypoint heading. Now the Hornet looks amazing in VR. And in fact, let me move my feet up a little bit. I can, alright. So I'll be alright. I want to do some low-level flying because these are snake eyes, and although something is, I guess one of them is not a snake eyes, but we'll make sure we'll use the snake eyes apparently on everything else. And we'll go ahead and do that. So I'll also try. I don't know if I can do mid-air refueling because I don't know. I should be able to reach my keyboard. I can't reach my keyboard very well, especially with the Oculus Rift on, but we'll try. I mean, I'll give it a shot. You know, we'll see how much fuel we waste. The one thing I do notice about the Oculus Rift, and I really have to say I like it a lot, is I can see the whole cockpit very nicely. With Track IR, I always have a hard time seeing the EFI, and I can't see my fuel strip very easily, so I have to look down. With the Track IR, I'm able to actually, with the Oculus Rift, I can see things very easily. Let me actually set the autopilot here. Hold on. Let's set the radar altitude mode. The one thing I don't like is the little hints here, which I forgot to turn off. Let's set the brightness on this thing. Very good. Alright, so everything's looking good so far. I'm going to try to put the mask on here. Again, I'm not used to doing this, so
Alright, so with the mask on, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but I have to adjust the Oculus Rift to be a little lower, because otherwise it'd be like really dry. But you'll see if you can hear me now. This looks awesome. Feels awesome. Let me see if I can. This is good here. Breathing is really cool too. If you block this, it's kind of hard to breathe, but it works kind of well. Right. Woo! I would normally play the game, use our music, but I don't want this video to get copyrighted, so we're just take the floor right there.
Alright, so the issue with the mask on, I think I just have to fix it. I have to make a tighter seal, because when air was going up through here, it was fogging up the Oculus a little bit, but I think that's just me having to tighten it up a little bit. In fact, I don't know if we have enough time, but let me try it again, and I'll keep it, make it a little tighter. Let's see if this works for the best. Yeah, I don't feel the air going up too much. Put it down. Looking good. Tracking is not an issue. I can look everywhere to the issue. That was my one worry that the tracking would work. The target area is right there. Yeah, the Oculus Rift just needs to be a bit adjusted. So it's just a little bit over a mask, but I think that's just another tweaking. So a little bit lower here.
Altitude. Altitude.
I I didn't really change the settings for the Oculus, so they might be a little bit slower than normal, but we'll work with it right now. Exactly. Got all hits, no blood on this. Maybe the other one's not bad. So let's stop these down here then. It's a little weird, but not too bad right now.
Altitude. Altitude.
Tip it.
Altitude. Altitude.
Tip it. And test a little level, test. Overall, it's tracking very well around. I thought it was going to have issues tracking, but it's not.
Altitude. Altitude.
Okay. Let's get it done. We'll film my gun one, and then we'll come back to 6. Let's see, yeah, I don't know if I can get one of those tunes in. But I think I dodged that to it.
Altitude. Altitude.
So let's go ahead and cruise.
Whew. Alright, so we're going to try a bit of refueling here. With the mask on, I think I have to just make modifications because the Oculus Rift, I think it needs to be tighter on my head beforehand. And I think it's just, if I made it tighter initially, I think it'll be a lot better. But it was pretty cool. I just had to make, like, when I was out of focus at some point, so I'd have to go down a little bit. Alright, so let's see. Tanker should be 22 miles. I should be able just to do this. I don't know where F6 is, though. Hold on. It should be over here, maybe? Nope. It's F7. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. There we go.
Texaco, Uzi, 1-1. Request rejoin. Uzi, 1, Texaco, proceed to pre-contact at 15,000.
15,000, alright. So breathing's a lot easier actually with the mask off. I think once I get the oxygen system working a little better, it'll be okay as well. Helmet wise, it's not uncomfortable, it's tracking very well. My thought was maybe that the metal around it would obscure some of the tracking things, but no, I can actually look around pretty well. I think dogfighting might be a little issue with this thing, but just because I'd have to really look all the way around. But alright, let's go ahead and see if we can find the tank, and then probably won't take that much because I do want to go land, or I just might dump the fuel. We'll see. Or maybe I'll go take off the MiG-28s, then come back. We just hit full afterburn. I'm going to have to slow down quite a bit once we have visual on the tanker. See the tanker. We'll slow down. Yep. Soon they get some altitude, and we go up to 15,000. I actually had it so I have this little keypad here that I could actually do my radio calls with, but every time there's an update, they remove my settings because I have to do it on the actual input file folder, not in my save games folder. So it's one of those weird issues, but I should be able to copy and paste it back in. But even so, I have to count in my head. I think voice attack would be really useful here. I just haven't set up voice attack really well yet, so maybe this weekend I will do that. Especially for the radio commands. Alright, I'm going to take my fuel probe out. Make sure that it was still recording and the GoPro was still recording. Last time I had a problem with the GoPro running out of battery, so I have it hooked up right now to a battery source, so it shouldn't run out of battery. Start slowing down here. So my goal is to make sure it does work with track IR. Once I get the speaker system, the ear speakers working again, you know, I'll do a follow-up video to this using the track IR. I think the track IR will be my primary use for now, because when I'm learning aircraft, I like to use track IR just to get used to it and learn everything about it. I mean, I know quite a bit about the F-18, but not 100% yet, so I still have a lot to learn. So I've been just learning with track IR, but once I get really more comfortable, then I will definitely do it. Alright, let me slow down because I see him. I don't want to overshoot him. I think his speed is like 280. He should be turning sometime soon as well. We got 5. Don't overshoot him. Damn it. I might overshoot him. Let's really slow down here. It looks beautiful in VR, I have to say. We get in position here. This is going to be the tricky part because I have to hit F1. So I just want to make sure I'm definitely in pre-contact range.
Ready, pre-contact. Clear contact.
Good. Whew. Alright.
Break away. Contact. You're taking fuel.
At this point I usually focus on the pod right in front of me, the fuel pod, and I kind of just fly it. He's turning.
You're taking fuel.
Yep. Oh. I was doing fine until he started turning and I couldn't really see him very well. That's alright, here we go.
Contact. You're taking fuel.
Yep, disconnected again. I want to get to like 10,000, I think. That's my goal. And then I think tanking on turn. I think I need to be further back. I try to get as close up. Get in there again. He's turning more now. Damn it.
Contact.
There you go.
You're taking fuel.
Ah! Alright, we got 8,000. I think we'll be alright for now. F10. Nope. Let me take the gloves off. I think I could probably do it a little easier with the gloves off. 4, 6. There we go. We get the gloves back on. Let's go find some baddies. I think they'll be over this area. We climbed to 15,000. Yeah. There we go. Well, let me figure this out. There we go. Once we have them, we're engaged, I'll put the mask back on. I think the gloves I'm going to take off just because I don't have as tactile feel as I normally do. Alright, let me get a drink while we're waiting. Why isn't Dark Star 7? 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold on. What is Dark Star's? There you go. Nope. Four, 5, 6, 7.
Dark Star, Uzi 1-1. Request picture. Uzi 1-1. Dark Star, 4 groups. First group at Bullseye 249 460 at 15,000. Additional group at Bulls 248 460 at 15,000. Additional group at Bulls 259 450 at 15,000. Additional group at Bulls 258 450 at 15,000.
Oh, I got targets here. There we go. $40 miles down. We get 20 miles out, I'll put the mask on. So I'm starting to feel a little bit of a head, I guess, stiffness. Nothing too bad. I think I could probably get better padding for the inside of this thing. Let me just speed her up a little more here. I think they're kind of going away from me. Yeah, they're moving away, so that's why. Behind a little hard. Yeah. Well, then again, you know, that's how it is in kind of real life. I think we've kind of got used to track IR. We could just do this, and you can see behind 130. Yeah. Wow.
Uzi 1-1. Dark Star, Bra 275 for 130 at 15,000. Cold.
All right. Let's get into it.
Multiple modes. Try to figure it out. Let's try to do this too.
In the direction that the the radar said, the AWACS said, and I did. You know, I guess I locked up my my own tanker. All right. I'm not used to.
Altitude.
I know there's IFF,
Altitude.
and somebody's going to yell at me for the IFF. I don't know the IFF thing yet, so. Alright, let's burn some fuel on the way there. I don't see the boat yet, but alright, I think I see the boat out there. Really can't tell the orientation in VR. Like right now I can't zoom in, which is fine. I in real life you won't be able to, like, I mean you can go like that, but I'm gonna really go to 350.
Uzi, 1-1, Dark Star, Bra, 287, Fort 170, at 8,000 knots.
Alright, look at the deck.
Uzi, 1-1, Dark Star, Bra, 288, Fort 170, at 15,000 knots.
Where's down?
Uzi, 1-1, Dark Star,
shit.
Bra, 287, Fort
Hook down.
170, at 4,500 knots.
Let me get on AOA here. We'll just do a long group. Maybe not. Hold on. Alright, let's do it. Can't get too much altitude, can't lose too much altitude. Too much altitude. A little low, a little low. Alright, so let me take this thing off. Okay. So, Oculus Rift and HGP headset. Let me talk about my thoughts. This thing's awesome, I have to say. That definitely feels awesome. Definitely feels cool when you put the when you put it on. The issue is when I had the mask on, the Oculus Rift kept riding up, and it kept basically making everything fuzzy, so I couldn't see, and I had to kind of push it down in order to see. But overall, it was a good flight. I did screw up the bombings a little bit. I guess the snake eyes didn't work as well as I expect them to, and so don't look at that at all. And I did shoot up my own tanker, which is you know, a bad thing. Well, but you know, I followed the AWACS. You know, I'll have to take a look at the video again later, but I did follow the AWACS, and